WFRV TV Local 5, your local election headquarters. This is Newsmaker Sunday with your host, Tom Zaleski.
Good morning and welcome to Newsmaker Sunday. I'm Erin Davison filling in for Tom Zaleski. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month in Wisconsin, a time to remind people of the importance of protecting their computers and mobile devices. Cyber attacks impact our personal and professional lives, with millions of attempted hacks happening every day all over the world. That's according to a study from the Heritage Foundation. The crimes range from stealing personal information to ransomware, which is the process of taking over the entire computer system of a business or government agency and holding it for a costly ransom payment. During the month of October, Wisconsin launched the campaign called Own It, Secure It, Protect It. And joining us today are two experts who know about the digital threat and ways to protect ourselves. We have Joe Malcor sitting next to me, Technical Services Manager for Camera Corner, Connecting Point in Green Bay, and Mark Lemke, Camera Corner's Chief Technology Officer. Thank you both for joining us today. I appreciate it. Joe, I'm going to start with you, but both of you feel free to jump in if you'd like to add on to the answer. To the average person, it sounds like we are under constant threat. How bad is it?
Yeah, we're seeing cybersecurity threats, ransomware attacks happening every 14 seconds right now. So it's a huge problem that's going on. In the past, oftentimes these hackers were going after larger organizations. Now they're really looking at smaller, medium-sized businesses and attacking them. In fact, 43% of companies that are being hit by ransomware attacks are those small and medium-sized businesses. And costs can be, on average, $200,000 per hit.
That's something. Mark, what is the most common type of cyber attack that people face today?
The most common today is social engineering or phishing, where you'll receive emails where they're asking you to do something, to click a link, enter in a password, provide some information to them that gives them the leg up.
And that is something we're very familiar with here at the station, because I think we get phishing attack emails every single day. Joe, it's easy for people to become frightened of these attacks, especially if they work at a place that's constantly under threat, especially for those people who may not understand what their devices can do. How much time do you spend easing a customer's fears?
Yeah, a lot of times we try to do education when we do sit down with a customer. They'll call us in, maybe because they're looking at improving their security protocol within their company. We try to really create some awareness. We have a vast network of IT engineers that work with us that we can bring in who specialize specifically in cybersecurity. So it's really creating awareness and trying to educate them. Even people who work as IT managers, they just can't know everything these days, and so we really try to help them understand everything surrounding security.
The thieves are clever. They keep coming up with new ways, don't they?
Yes, they are.
Mark, what are some of the steps that people should take if they discover that their personal computer or their mobile device has been compromised?
If it's a personal computer, probably the best thing you can do is unplug it or disconnect it from the network. That way you're able to run some utilities on it, find out what the infections are, find out what they've done. If it's a mobile device, put it in airplane mode so it disconnects the cellular network again, breaking the connectivity back to the person that's trying to get into your devices.
Good advice. I wouldn't have thought of putting it in airplane mode. Joe, there are options available to protect these devices, technology like VPN. How reliable are those options?
Yeah, VPN is a very reliable option. It's an encrypted communication network, but at the same time, it's not permission to do something that's illegal or to do something that's out of the ordinary. So reliable, but yes, take caution.
And I ask you about VPN, but I honestly don't know what VPN is. What is that?
Yeah.
So it protects the data that you send out so that nobody can actually intercept the data from the time that you sent it to the destination website or server that you're trying to communicate with. If you're not using a VPN, that data is at risk of somebody seeing what you're transmitting back and forth.
And I see it as an option. For example, I just got a new iPhone and it asks about VPN.
Yes. And it's important to use VPNs when you're on a network that's untrusted. Mm-hmm. You know, so if you're at a hotel, you're at a restaurant, someplace with public Wi-Fi, yeah. You know, it's the best time to use it.
Okay. And some are concerned about the cost of these services. There are costs, connected with them. What's the best affordable option?
You know, there's so many options out there right now. I think the big thing is just finding a solution that kind of fits your cost, but having something to protect yourself.
Something's better than nothing, right?
Yes.
Well, computers and mobile devices are not the only things that can hack. Smartphone or smart homes can be impacted as well, I should say. What can we do to protect our homes as this technology grows?
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're changing your passwords. That's going to be a big thing. Make it a password that's, it's long. We're looking at, in fact, recommending that people use more passphrases, like I love the Green Bay Packers. That would be a great password.
Oh, probably not that one exactly. Too many would use it in Green Bay.
Yeah, or maybe I don't like the Bears. But,
Yes,
but then also making sure that whatever software that smart device is running on, make sure that it's up to date all the time.
So keep updating the software on, for example, Google Nest or any of those software devices.
Yep.
And Mark, are the criminals getting smarter as technology improves our lives?
You know, to some extent they're getting smarter, but as the technology improves and we add more and more devices, the Internet of Things and the IoT devices, the home devices, it's giving them more devices to attack and more vulnerabilities. So it's just giving them more opportunity.
All right. Well, we'll continue our conversation with Joe Malcor and Mark Lemke when we come back. Stay with us.